Shall we start or shall we?
I think people are
Yeah,
going to join us as they
yeah.
join us.
Let people join whenever they want. All right. So, hi there. Uh, I wanted to have I guess, more chat rather than a presentation type of thing. I have these few slides. I think they'll run me about 5 minutes, and then we can just chat around as we see fit. Questions, everything, discussion. So, yeah, the topic that I've chose is who owns the internet, and what where does it get us? What kind of lifestyle does it get us into? So I'm going to be speaking about three things. Um, um, about the internet, what's broken with it today, how to fix it, and how is this industry is fixing it. The guy just was talking about it for a half an hour, I think. It's one of the fixes. And Mysterium contribution, and what's the next step that we could take, and how is this all connected. So the problem. So who owns the internet? This guy gave us a heads up into the question, who might own the internet. It turns out that the internet in the beginning, it was completely peer-to-peer, completely open, machines talking to each other, no middleman. But as Web 2.0 type of things happened, big companies created huge silos. They created a system for themselves to own the information, which of course gave the powers that be low-hanging fruit to work with those companies. Well, Edward, our brave hero, uh, he gave us a heads up about the Prism project. Anybody who doesn't know the Prism project? Okay. The Prism project, it was unveiled in 2013 by Washington Post, I think, by the information given by the Edward Snowden. He was working in NSA at that time. Basically, it revealed that big companies, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple, were giving real-time data, whichever data NSA needed about its users. So basically, NSA with the Prism can hear your ideas as you type them. Literally watch the video stream, hear what you talk, hear your phone calls, and not just phone calls, Skype calls, anything. So it's business as usual for the NSA, and it's not NSA, the bad one. It's a natural thing for the big organizations such as United States or such as China or such as Russia or such as any big power to have this power. So this is a natural step of evolution once you have internet which is based on owning data, owning the internet by the big corporations. So that's a natural evolution. Yeah, so that's what the world we're living in, and I guess there's no surprise here. This conference is about solving this and making a little bit more empowered world for ourselves. So the solution is basically giving the superpower back into your own hands. So there are all of those different mechanisms and protocols and the apps in the soon-to-come future, which we will be using hopefully on a minute-to-minute basis. But they need an underlying layer which helps to store data, to transmit data, to do the calculations, to do all sorts of things. So I was just naming few organizations that are trying to solve some of these problems. But the end goal is we're still using the same level of depth of internet that we're using today, be it Facebook or Skype or whatever else. Just the difference is all the data is being owned by us. It's being encrypted, and if I want to talk to you, it's me and you talking, no third parties interfering into our conversation. So that's where Mysterium comes in. What we're building is we try to contribute to this whole movement by building a decentralized. Well, we're starting to build on a BPM technology. What we're building is we're building a protocol for decentralized VPN, and of course we're building the initial node network because the protocol without the nodes makes no sense, and vice versa. So yeah, we're building both things at the same time. Eventually, what it's going to do, it's going to unblock the content, unblock the communication, open doors where walls are present at the moment. Like, you know, you can't watch lots of Netflix shows from Russia at the moment. You can't watch a soccer competition that's happening in Germany from United States. You can't do certain things while in other places because it's being blocked by IP rights, because it's being blocked by countries, because it's being blocked by the Great Wall of China, and so on and so on. So what we're building is we're building a network which is robust enough and a protocol which can penetrate those walls and open up the communication for people as if they're equal citizens of this planet, not of that particular country. So yeah, that's that. And well, the third thing is we've built the initial protocols. We've been busy about this. It's been proven to work in certain cases, and we found certain cases where it's not working. For example, there are certain routers which are different from the ones that we're using in our lab. And NAD hole punching is a technology that we're using to punch the hole through the router is sometimes working in these cases, sometimes not. So we need to debug those use cases. We need to find solutions how to work with different routers. So that's the first wall we need to figure out how to go through. Then we'll go for the bigger walls, I guess. So we do have built a node into the Raspberry Pi. We do have built a node into Mac iOS, into Windows, and into Linux. Yeah, and we're searching for 150 nodes at the moment. I don't know how far we are, around 80 something, yeah. That should give us enough spread to push the limits of existing technology, to debug, to improve upon you know, what we've learned for another month or so. So yeah, that's what we're searching. Come chat us up. Raspberry is paying itself in what in 1 month. Raspberry costs around 40. We pay around $10 worth of ETH every week, so a month, and that's been paid. And yeah, we have a playground to work on and open up a world one step at a time. So yeah, that's that. What's broken is the confusion. Who owns the internet? I think you should own the internet. By how is by putting, you know, that ownership back into our hands, and it takes a lot of effort from many different organizations and people. And yeah, and for us, it's simple. We're searching for the first initial nodes. So yeah, chat us up. Meet us at the table.
There's a typical question that you must have heard before many times.
Might be.
How How do you prevent the person running a node to scope on my traffic by doing the packet inspection or putting a man in the middle software between my traffic and the internet?
Hmm. The whole traffic is encrypted between you and the node. Uh, so
But the nodes needs to open up to communicate with the outer internet. So it's like a random.
most of the services for this very moment, we have a few companies lined up. It's, to be honest, it's VPN companies who are who are in great need of residential IPs, and we have agreements with them that they will only send us streaming service, so basically Netflix or something.
Yeah.
We can verify if that is the case or not the case. So as a node, you have an option to be completely open to all of the network or just to the whitelisted traffic.
I understand that was going to be my second question. How do I prevent if I'm a U.S. citizen
Yeah,
coming from
yeah,
the U.S.
yeah.
going to jail?
Yeah, so
That's a proper answer.
that's how we're tackling
So
it
is
today.
what you call like a new edge case that would make Mysterium very useful?
Yeah, yeah. That's a like quite narrow use of the technology, and it's in the hands of the node runner to choose, whether you want to open up for
But it
everybody.
seems to be something that has product market fit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we're super focused on fat data transfer and unblocking content, right? So we're going after this use case specifically and building a feature set around that. And we're really focused on node onboarding and node experience. So that's our unique selling proposition because we understand that we need to build out this robust node network. And that's the infrastructure on which all the other beautiful services that we can dream of can come from.
Yeah.
But right now, we're in grind mode, getting nodes into homes, on Raspberry Pis, on your laptop. So if we're thinking about referral programs, if you guys have any ideas, if you have communities that you can bring to the table, that's our goal, to get as many nodes running as possible within geographies of our of strategy for this particular use case.
Because unblocking doesn't work without, sufficient and robust network of nodes. That's when it starts to become efficient with numerous nodes available for the users to walk around those walls. Yeah?
Any questions? Anyone has thoughts?
I have a question because when I say this, please take it in the right light. I'm a dumb American.
I doubt it.
I don't understand what's out there.
Yeah.
They brainwashed me. They've shielded me from the world, and I want to know what's out there. What's the other content? What's the content I can't see? What's the stuff they don't want me to know? It's all firewalled to me, and I want someone to take my hand and let's have some fun and go see things I'm not supposed to see. Like, get me where I can't go. I pay money for that. Like, take me on a tour. Does that make sense?
That
Or
makes
am I
sense.
stupid?
Yeah.
Well, I am. But anyway, moving on. But does that make sense? It's like, I think that is a total revenue stream for you guys.
Yeah, it could be. It's a service. You could make I don't know. You have those services like when you have somebody show you around the city, all the nice spots which you would not find by yourself once you're traveling. So yeah, this could be the same, just on the internet.
Honestly, I have never been to the dark net.
All right.
I don't
That's
know where the dark net even is, and I've never tried to even get on it. And I mean, it's just like I'm not supposed to see Syrian shows. I think I'm
Yeah.
firewalled from anything to do with Syria, right? Right?
most likely.
Things like that.
Most likely.
I don't know. Just show me the stuff. You
So you
know.
want like an aggregator of everything that belongs for you, so that
You
you
know,
can go see
it's
it.
such an open-ended question. You know,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
show me what you want to show me, awaken me, make me a not such a dumb American in this world.
So I'm hoping that somebody will, who has the showmanship and knack for it would take the challenge and show people around like what they're missing in their small or big bubble, whatever the size of the bubble. Yeah, but for us as the foundation of Mysterium, I think we do have a challenge, which is a very technical challenge to make sure that those walls are being penetrated. Um, it's a tough one, and yeah, it's a full-time job solving that one.
You can totally come
Yeah.
we welcome you. Maybe next ETHNewYork will hackathon team.
Yeah, because eventually what we're building is it's not at this stage yet, but eventually what we're building is an open network. So it's open source. It's open for anybody to utilize as they see
Now,
fit.
I'm going to tell you something I did. If I'm on camera, I'll get in trouble. But I got a VPN service so that I could watch the Olympics streaming from Canada because I was blocked by the U.S.
Wow.
networks.
Wow.
That is our primary use case.
Yeah.
That is the primary use case. We are going after entertainment, unblocking, streaming, entertainment.
That's, I wouldn't say primary, but that's definitely a first, and it's the most obvious because we hear it like so many times.
There.
Yeah,
There.
yeah.
I mean, the internet is fragmented and broken and owned by so many players, like Albertus was talking
Yeah.
about. So we need to find a way to disintermediate that. Entertainment seems to be where people are most interested.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Do you guys ever think about, for lack of a better word, the underlying pipes of the internet that connect, that actually make up the layer one or layer zero
Mhm.
infrastructure are oftentimes owned and operated by companies like Google, Amazon, and a lot of other these companies. So, we may be able to build, networks on top of that infrastructure that are decentralized. At the end of the day, somebody can come and just turn off the pipe.
If they know what the traffic is.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So
I
if
guess
they don't, then how can you? If you can't tell, like the guy before here was saying, if you can't tell whether somebody just smashed on the keyboard or it's a valid file, then you can't really stop it.
one thing I'm particularly interested in, and not SpaceX per se, but they seem to be the only ones that are actively pursuing it, is like this kind of global satellite network.
Yeah.
To provide internet
Yeah,
to the whole
yeah.
world.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be kind of the
Yeah.
final
Yeah.
frontier. These decentralized technologies built upon, mesh networks. Right.
And that could use as a medium to transport the data. So any medium is good. Yeah.
We have come up against the ISP
Exactly. Yeah.
wall before. I think there are two ways to hack that, right? There, like, if you look at Tor's strategy, they've been very much, you work with friendly ISPs. If you want to run a relay node or an exit node, and you have a list of exit nodes that protect the node runners in the end, because it's a liability question.
Right. And they have to take on that risk.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's one of the reasons why whitelisting has been such an important feature for us, because we're focused not on the deep dark web, we're focused on the entertainment piece,
Right.
and that gives us a lot more opportunity to go for mass node adoption, instead of having a much harder conversation around like privacy.
And
As much as we care for it, we need to get there step by step.
and if you look deeper, underlying technology is still the same. So basically, it can be used for the
Exactly.
deep things, but of course, the first use case and the most sought for is the entertainment. Yeah. Yeah. So come chat us up. Yeah.
We've got a booth. We're
Yeah.
selling Raspberry Pis. Join the community.
Or just download it on your Mac or whatever. It's working. Yeah.
We really want you to buy Raspberry Pis because they're very stable though.
Yeah, they are by far better.
That's our preference, but you do you. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you can download the Raspberry image from our website. So it's ready to go. And we've got instructions as well. So
Yeah.
we just preloaded them so it's easier for you guys.
Yeah.
Plug it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.